Good morning, Lionel Primary. Today is Monday, February 17th, 2014. We'll ask everyone to please stand and join us for the pledges. Place your right hand on your chest. This one. There you go. And we begin with the pledge to the American flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now for the pledge to the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you very much. We ask everyone to please remain standing while we have our minute of silence. Thank you. What do we have for lunch today?
Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese sandwiches. And breakfast tomorrow morning is going to be what?
Breakfast burrito.
What kind of breakfast burrito?
Bean and cheese.
Bean and cheese burrito for breakfast tomorrow. Yes. Now, let's see if you have any good news. You have any good news?
Today my mom's gonna buy me Play-Doh.
She is. Okay. What's your good news?
Today's my basketball practice.
Today's basketball practice? All right. You have any good news?
That I'm gonna ride my bike.
You're going to ride your bike? All right. Do you have any good news?
This weekend I went to the rodeo.
Oh, you did. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
got to feed animals.
You got to feed animals? Okay. Now, what habit are we working on this week?
Habit number 4. Habit number 4.
Habit number
And what is habit number 4?
Think, win, win.
What does that mean?
It means think first to do something you want to do.
Well,
No, think first and if you want to play your video games and you have to do your homework, you have to do your homework first, then you can do your video games.
that's put first things first.
Oh.
Think win-win is where you know what you want to achieve and maybe somebody else wants to the same thing. You've got to figure out a way to compromise so both of y'all come out in a situation where nobody is a loser.
Like take turns or
Like
something?
taking turns. That's a good idea of thinking about win-win, yes. And now I would like you to, I've got to announce the Habit Hero winners from last week, and they are for Mrs. Ketron, Juliana, for Mrs. Haas, Sydney S., for Mrs. Prock, Alex, for Miss Willman, Alexis O., for Mrs. Rios, Brandon L., Miss Millender, Kellyanne, for Mr. Lambrin, Danielle E., for Mrs. McDonald, Erica, for Mr. Wells, Keremy, for Mrs. Pierce, Isaiah, for Miss Felty, Andy A., for Mrs. Flanagan, Kiera, for Mrs. Moreno, Jonathan E., for Mr. H., Andrew R., for Mrs. Overgorn, Elijah, and for Mrs. Whitfield, Amira, and Mrs. Medina is Alex B. Those are our Habit Hero winners. Give them a round of applause. Clap for them. Now, I'd like you to introduce yourselves and say your first name only. What's your first name?
Pablo.
First name?
Casey.
First name?
Jaden.
And?
Mackenzie.
Mackenzie. All right. And can you say good morning to your teacher?
Good morning, Mr. Lambrin.
Good morning, Mr. Lambrin. Pirate time is 8:01. What kind of Monday are we going to have?
Magical Monday. Magical Monday.
Going to have a magical Monday. Everybody, say goodbye.
Goodbye.